Hello ladies, it's Diamond Painting Crazy Lady. It is now 6 o'clock p.m. It is still Saturday, and it is still the 22nd, and it's still 2023. What I'm showing you right here is what I will be using to start my Moonlight in the garden. I have my release papers, and there was a girl that posted on my, I think it was my last video, or video before last, when I opened this, or soon after. She asked about cover minders and how to use them. They're very easy to use, and the cover minder I'm going to be using, because it's really what they call, it's really what they call a needle minder for me, because I used to cross stitch. This is the one I'll be using because it has a kitty on it, and this has a kitty. It has a magnet on the back, and I will show you, which other people already know, I'm sure. I've seen enough of them. I will show you how to use it when I first start this kit, because when I first start it, I do roll my plastic cover back, and just put release papers on the bottom half. So, okay, this is the pen I will be using, because it has some purple and pink in it with a little rhinestones, which I think goes with the painting. I have my own tips, and I have my own straightener. I don't multi-place. I'm going to cut this down into maybe a couple parts, because there are 80 colors here. I'm talking to you now on getting started, and I don't want to bore anybody with a long, drawn out, there are a lot of you that maybe want to see the colors, especially when you get to the ABs and the LZs. But I don't get bored when someone else is kitting up, as long as they have something to talk about, and I don't know exactly what to talk about. So I have to find the end. This one is a little loose. Some of these straighteners aren't thick enough to fit. There we got one. It's a straightener in, and I have my own tips. And there we go. Now, my pen is ready to get started. The way I get started on it is, I will show after, is I use the glue dots. The minis were okay, but you had to pack 2 or 3 in. These ones are the micro, rather. These are the minis, and they're a little bigger. I usually only have to use one. And if I have to, then I guess I'll show you how to do that one too. Or how I do it. Not the same as everybody. Okay, I have my scissors ready. I'll put up my tips. And depending on the size of the painting, sometimes I have to change the tips one more time, because they do wear out. I'm going to use Craftibly's purple tweezers instead of my black ones. Should be okay. And this is a square. Alright, I have my scissors. I decided to use my Belle d'Art's purple tray, since there are purples. in this painting. So that's what I decided to use. I have my extra bag because I know the colors in here are going to have leftover in the bags. They're not all going to fit into each individual bottle. So I use this to keep it safe from the puppy and from spillage, which I've done a lot of. Here are the labels. The labels are pretty big, so I'm going to have to cut the color number off and just place this section on top of my bottles. Other people just put the number 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. I like having the symbol because I may pick the number, but if something happens and I pick the number and it ends up being the wrong symbol because I either misbottled it or whatever I did, I can at least tell by the somewhat colors on the labels and visually. So, okay, I will open up the kit and get it set up. I should have my light over here, which I have to grab. So bear with me. I've never done a kit up on camera, so I tried to be as prepared as possible, but I can't use the excuse that I'm 71 years old and I don't know my own mind. I do. Okay. Let me get my light pad. Oops. Sorry. Oh, and there goes the painting. Hello. So. Oh, gee. Good heavens. It weighs a ton. All right. Here we go. I have the painting. And what I will have to do with the painting is I start at the bottom. I usually always start in the right hand corner. But since I want to put the name of Frankie right about in here, I may do a little bit here on the corner, but then I'm going to work my way past that or up toward the cat and work my way up a little ways there and over and miss this little section here so that I can fit his name in, because I hate to remove drills. I'll place them in, but removing them is awful. Okay, my table is wide enough to accommodate this painting, but it is a little too tall. So in order to have it comfortably on my table and not wrinkle or, you know, have a problem with, I have a pool noodle. Made sure it's the same size as the painting. See, these come in handy for the bottom. After if you work from the bottom up, after you have done so much on the bottom, it's going to hang over and hit you. I put that on and then roll it up and just barely clip the edges with little clippies. Anyway, and it'll hang over, but it won't droop all the way down, and it won't keep getting caught and me rubbing the drills all the time. So let me try and get this on here. I believe the painting is 30 by 24, and this is a 30-inch noodle, that I cut and sliced. So slide this on. Come on, big boy. Little time consuming, but it works. Sorry, being quiet. Trying to get this in here. It slipped, so it didn't come down all the way. There we go. So, it's a little bit shy on the edge. Probably didn't see me rolling that on there, sorry. I can't tell what you can see and what you can't see. Then I just take it and roll it up. And then I take these larger clips, show you in a moment. I use these larger clips because they reach over into the noodle and part of at the very edge of the painting. I got them at Dollar Tree. I think there were 4 of them for $1.25. And it doesn't matter if the outer part of the canvas gets a little bent. That's not going to hurt anything. Let's see if I can get this on here. Okay, and then that way, when I push it up, it will hang over a little bit on the top. I've used it on larger ones. This one isn't as big as a couple that I've had. And then in order to keep it staying up, if you can see that, probably not. Let me see. Get you down here a little bit to keep it up, because see, it'll slide. I take 2 smaller ones because I have a lip on my drafting table, or I call it, they call it a drafting table, I call it my diamond painting table. I raise it up, I stick one on the lip, if you can see it. Let's see, can you see that? I can't tell. Yeah. Well, I put it on the lip. If you can see, I put them on the lip here. It holds the painting and it holds my light pad to where, you know, it braces everything. It keeps the painting on there. Now, if I have an issue with the painting lifting on the sides, I will clip some more along this side. The left side, I don't have to because it's way over there. I'm not working on it. So that's the way. As far as the cover minder, okay, in order for me to put the release papers on, I have to roll, let's see this, I have to pull up the plastic and pull it up, and this is on here tight because this is thick. This is very thick plastic on here, and you see how it'll start coming down and it'll get in your way. So you take your cover minder, take the magnet that's on the back, you go under the painting, put it on, and clip it. That's it. Easy peasy, nothing to it, very simple. That holds it up there. It won't go past the microphone stand, sorry. That's how you put those on. Very, very simple. Very easy. See how much time of here you have here. Okay, 15 minutes. My light pad. Oh boy. This is ridiculous here. There's several controls, but I'll just, here we go. And I will start, you know, over at this side. Excuse me, when I do get started. I will probably have to clip the sides over here to keep it up because it wants to slide back down right now. Okay, that is my process on that. I don't know what else to tell any of you when it comes to that. The now I misplaced my pen. Sitting on it. Good one. Okay, when I fill my tip, oh dear, I will get to the drills, I promise. It'll probably be in the next portion of a video because I have to move this and lower my table so that I can do it. I only have one table. My room's too small for a big fancy craft room. I can't, you know, do that. But you take the little, if you can see it, probably not, the little glue dot that's on there. If you can see that little dot. It's a little teeny piece of glue. And you take it and you push it down with the tweezers and hold on with your finger because it will pop back up. And you just keep pushing it down until you get it into the pen. Once you have it in there, pretty much, some of it will be off to the sides. I keep tipping it down with my thumb, tapping it. Then you take, you know, just a paper or whatever and press it down, and you will notice that it will kind of curve off the sides, the little bit of it. I have this particular kind of pair of scissors. It doesn't matter, but I clip what's around the edges, because sometimes when you go to grab a drill, you'll get 2 or 3 because some of them will stick to the sides. You may have to do this more than once, depending on, you know, how hard you press, that it may start, you know, loop over. And once you've done it once or twice, then it just stays in there, no issues. Now, if it gets too sticky and it won't let go of the drill, I just tap it on my hand or on my arm. I tap it on my arm or my hand. You know, if you want to do it on your clothes, some people do. Some people don't like that because they say it gets little dusty things on this. But I haven't found any issues with it. So you just kind of rub it, then you start drilling, and sometimes it'll do it again, and then you just tap it some more. That's how some of you said you hear that snapping when I do it, because that's what it does. They snap. Okay, so I've shown you that part. I will be, whoops, sorry puppy. I just smacked my puppy with the book. Oops, he's under the blanket. I have the AC on, and when I have the AC on, he's calm, quiet, and under the blanket because he wants to stay warm. But it's muggy out and I'm not dealing with the heat. So I have the drills, which I will take care of in the next video so that I can lower my table and get to it. And I will show you my my storage, what I'm going to use to kit up in, and how I'm going to have to cut my labels and put those on because I use them. So, okay, I'm making this as short and sweet as possible. Hopefully there's no major questions. If there happens to be, you can put them in the comments, and after my second video of this, or some of it, I'll try to answer any questions you might have. I don't know, you know, what questions you have. A lot of you are diamond painters. There probably isn't much to answer. Y'all are smart. Y'all know how to diamond paint. It's fantastic. And yeah. Oh, lazy retired granny. You asked about the owl. He has 2 rhinestones in his eyes. 2 yellow ones. 2 gold yellow. He's gonna be looking at y'all. So yeah, I just spotted it. He has them in his eyeballs. So, hoo-hoo, he's up there in the tree. So, okay everybody. I'm anxious to try and get this together and get these things kitted up. There are 80 different drills, so please, it's going to take a little while, and if you're bored afterwards, I'd say hang up, but you're not talking to me on the phone. You can go watch, you know, maybe something else you're more interested in, but this is my show. So, Diamond Painting Crazy Lady, I'm out. This is number 1. Stay tuned. There may be a number 2. Bye-bye.